So we are at the posting house in San Marco, right off of Hendricks, and we're going to talk some Jag football. Let's go. So it doesn't matter what's happening in the Jaguars realm around this time of year. If you're a real Jaguars fan, you can't help but get excited about the upcoming season. And who better to talk to about the Jaguars than my man here, Jordan DeLugo with Generation Jaguar. What's going on, Jordan?
What up, man? Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, appreciate you doing this.
Of course.
So for those who don't know about Generation Jaguar, kind of built it just as a blog originally, and he grew the blog. It's become a big fan base. He has over 30,000 followers.
20 on Instagram.
If we add them all
we can
together,
say 30. Maybe we'll have 30,000 after this interview.
After the interview, yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, because we're going to bring optimism about the season.
That's right.
Hopefully. But before we get into the Generation Jaguar part, let's first talk about the Jaguars. Okay, because right now it's a weird time, but what is there, especially for like the average fan in Jacksonville, what is there to be excited about the Jaguars?
I mean, Gardner Minshew is the first thing that comes to mind, obviously. Rocking the Jaguar King shirt there. But yeah, I mean, Minshew, from a national perspective, a lot of people just see him as a 6th-round pick who didn't have much accolades going into his rookie year, and he didn't. And even when the Jaguars selected him last year, I wasn't like hyped about him.
Yeah.
But he comes in after Nick Foles gets injured, 21 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. That's the best touchdown-interception ratio of any rookie quarterback last year. And one of the best you've ever seen, really.
Especially Jaguars fans.
From a rookie, yeah, and from Jaguars, for sure, for Jaguars fans. And then he wins 6 games, goes 6-6 as a starter. That's the best mark of any rookie quarterback last year. And he is a guy that is obviously social media star.
Yeah.
Right? With the mustache, Minshew Mania. He goes on a tour after his rookie year, flies a F-16 jet, goes on an RV. I think he wrestled an alligator probably. I don't know. But Minshew's a fun guy. Yeah. But the most important thing for Jaguars fans is that he's a good quarterback.
For sure.
He's got to go out and prove it in year 2, obviously. But he's a guy that is super dedicated for a person of his stature.
Yeah.
He's a smaller quarterback. To get to where he has, it shows his dedication. He's always been battling uphill. He wasn't a starter in high school even to start his career. And then he had to transfer to several schools in college. He won the junior college national championship before he got an offer from East Carolina, then to Alabama, then to Washington State. And he's just a fun quarterback that knows how to win, throws a lot of touchdown passes, got a great deep ball, and he's got a lot of receivers to throw the ball to this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I always thought, with Blake Bortles, we couldn't get more Duval of a quarterback. And then we got Gardner Minshew, who's just and he was actually a natural thrower, it seems like, too.
Yes, he's actually a natural thrower of the football,
Not
like Blake Bortles. Exactly. But yeah, I've said the same thing. I didn't think you could get any more Duval than Blake Bortles.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, we get a 6th-round quarterback who loves to rock jorts and a mustache. And I mean, you don't get much more Duval than that. I think last year he said something like, Duval's just the right amount of white trash for me, and it's perfect for me, and I love it here, stuff like that. So yeah, I didn't think you could get any more Duval than Blake, but Gardner Minshew has certainly topped it. And as a bonus, he can actually throw the ball.
Yeah, he's actually a quarterback, so we'll see what can happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so then outside, so last year we had DJ Chark, who was a complete surprise to us. You've been around the training camps, and you've been asking the people questions. Who or what is going to be our next surprise for this coming season?
That's a good question. I mean, you look at running backs, obviously Leonard Fournette was just waived, now a member of the Buccaneers. I wish him good fortune down there with Tom Brady and all them, but if you want to look for a breakout star, I mean, the running back position, none of the guys that are at that position were heavily featured for the Jaguars last year. Chris Thompson, he's played in Jay Gruden's offense a lot, the Jaguars offensive coordinator, who was the Redskins head coach. He has a chance to be a special guy in terms of catching the ball in the backfield, being explosive. And then you look at Divina Zigbo and Raquel Armstead, and even James Robinson, who's an undrafted rookie. Chris Thompson said he has the best vision out of any of the guys in the backfield.
Is that the super speedy guy?
No, that's Nathan Cottrell, actually. James Robinson, he's thick. He's like 220 pounds, stocky guy.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Zigbo and Armstead. They're both big guys. But he's got incredible vision and a nice jump cut. And I think you're going to see guys from the running back room that they know how to find the hole.
Oh.
Fournette had all the speed and power in the world, but sometimes it just didn't look natural for him.
Head down, yeah, absolutely.
So I think you're going to see guys that can find the hole. They might not have that home run speed or just the ridiculous power that Fournette could show at times, but I think on a down-by-down basis, you're going to see guys that look more like natural runners.
Okay, and then, so one of the things that's been out in the national media is just, it's been a bad decade almost to get a Jaguar jersey.
Yes.
And to like hold on and feel strong about the Jaguar jersey. Outside of Minshew, it is a prove-it year for Minshew, but
it is. It's still a risky proposition to get his jersey if you're talking about a long-term investment.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a guy that I believe in, the coaching staff believes in, but if the season doesn't go the way it needs to, they could very well be drafting a quarterback in the future.
Yeah, tank for Trevor. So outside of Minshew and we'll say Lambo, what jersey would you invest in?
I mean, I think it's easy to say Josh Allen.
Yeah.
He's coming off his rookie year. Obviously, on his rookie contract, he has 4 years left, including this year. And then, that's if they do the 5th-year option.
Mm-hmm.
So he technically has 3 years left on his rookie deal. They have the option to do the 5th year. So, I mean, I think he's a guy that definitely would be the safest, just because of the amount of time left on his contract. And he balled out as a rookie.
Yeah.
He's got the right attitude. 10.5 sacks as a rookie, led all rookies, and just a great leader, great human. He's the type of guy you want in your locker room. I think even if there is a regime change, there's no chance Josh Allen's going anywhere.
Please re-sign Josh Allen. Okay, so now let's shift our focus from the Jaguars to Generation Jag. So can you explain, so what is Generation Jag and how did it get started?
So Generation Jaguar, we do, obviously we cover the Jaguars. I'm in on all the press conferences, all that fun stuff. I go out to practice and just provide the best news I can on all of our social media platforms, on our website, genjag.com. And I also do a lot of Duval cultural gear. I'm trying to promote our city and try to make quality products that people that are from Jacksonville, that are passionate about Jacksonville and the Jaguars, can really feel proud of wearing and repping their city.
Yeah, for sure. Screaming Duval and wearing on your shirt. That's
right.
a good way to do it. So just starting out, just because, just from my perspective, it's not easy to start out and create a brand and to grow the brand.
Right.
What was your biggest kind of challenges that you were faced with?
Not knowing anything. Not knowing what I was doing from a business perspective, because like you said, I did just start it as a blog, just trying to write about Jaguars news and provide analysis and all that. It developed, and we kind of had a fan group going for a while. We're very focused now on the merchandise and the news. So the challenge is, I was 24 years old. I didn't know anything about business. I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. So just learning about running a business and all the various different things that you need to know and be efficient with in terms of running your own business.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, and then a follow-up question to that is, what was like the breakthrough? Like, where was the switch? Because I remember off the top of my head, when I started noticing you guys like on the news and stuff, is when you did the
Miles Jack wasn't down flyover for the Patriots Jaguars game, and just got a whole bunch of money for GoFundMe to have that happen.
Yeah.
Was that the time where it kind of like switched, or was there a time before that where things just started to click?
That's a good question. I'm not really sure if there was like a moment where it just kind of clicked, but more of, I think really honestly, it's been more of a gradual, day by day type of thing to where we grew from I'm just an English major writing about the Jaguars. I'm not like credentialed or anything like that, and just improving day by day as a writer and as someone coming up with concepts and art for t-shirts and stuff like that. I don't think there was a day where we broke through. I think it really was just the gradual effort, day by day, just going back to the grindstone, you know.
For sure.
Even when you know, everybody has moments when if they're working on something they're passionate about, that they have like moments where they feel uninspired or unconfident or like.
Yeah.
But you just gotta, if you're passionate about it, keep working and it'll eventually work out, for sure, if you bust your ass.
For sure, absolutely. Yeah, I'm familiar with that too. So, and then, where do you see Genjag being 5 years? Is there a vision for Genjag in the future?
Yeah, so I mean, we've gotten to a point where I'm like super happy with what we are doing. Like I said, with the merchandise and the news coverage and all that. But in the future, hopefully more like community-based stuff, working with other local artists, other people covering the Jaguars, just doing as much stuff to promote the Jags in terms of people really understanding what's going on in a football organization. I want to make our fans smarter, and I also just want to promote Jacksonville,
for sure,
and do as much for the community to raise awareness about cool stuff that's going on, and just to make it a better place. Because Jax is awesome, but there's always room for improvement. And working with other people that are passionate about the city, I think just more local, community-based collaboration would be a goal for 5 years from now.
Absolutely, just helping build Jacksonville up.
Exactly.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so we probably got to wrap up, but before we do, let's come up with a score prediction for week 1.
Okay.
We're less than a week and a half away, or about a week and a half away.
Yeah, you mentioned that we would talk about that. Score predictions are so tough because football, you just never know what the hell's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I think the Jaguars have a shot to win the first game. They've played very well against the Colts and their under Doug Marrone.
Mm-hmm.
They've been pretty good against the Colts.
It's got Phillip Rivers at the helm.
Right. They have been terrible against Phillip Rivers outside of 2017. They were able to win that game in overtime against the Chargers. But if you look at just overall what the Jaguars have done against the Colts at the end of last season, they won 38-20 to wrap up the season. Kind of
at home too.
Yeah,
at home.
Mopped the floor with the Colts a little bit, so that was nice. So I'm going to go ahead and predict the Jaguars to win this game.
Okay.
It'll be their first big win against Phillip Rivers in a little while. I'm going to say 27-24. Colts are very talented, but the Jaguars have a lot of newness. I think it's going to be hard to game plan for them early on with a new offensive coordinator in Jay Gruden, with Minshew understanding this offense, and this offense kind of being designed for Minshew instead of for Nick Foles, how it was last year. When you've got all those offensive weapons at receiver, you've got new running backs that opposing coordinators aren't really going to know how to prepare for them. Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and predict a win in week 1 against the Colts, 27-24.
27-24. Okay, so my prediction is very similar with 3-point difference.
Okay.
But so my prediction is, I think that the coronavirus and stuff is going to take a little bit longer for everybody to get together and just everything to mesh offensively.
Yeah, cohesive.
On both sides. I'm saying 13-10 Jaguars.
Wow, okay. Low scoring game.
Low scoring game just because it's going to be like sloppy at first.
That makes sense, yeah.
So that's my prediction. So we'll see what happens. But,
absolutely.
So in the meantime, if you want to see catch Jordan at genjag.com.
All good, yeah.
You can get the Tiger King shirt here or all check out his Duval merchandise. And then you can also follow him on Twitter. And we can attach like a Twitter handle. But what's your Twitter? Just
at Jordan DeLugo on Twitter and at Generation Jag for Generation Jaguar on Twitter.
Yep. So that way you can follow the up-to-date Jaguar news. And yeah, let's go for Super Bowl.
Let's go Jags.
Go Jags.